So, folks, welcome. Mention and the vision for Liberia Transformation Party political leader Jeremiah Whapoe made a remarks at the event just recently, just few minutes ago, and he has now joined us just for a brief.
That we can alleviate poverty from our common people.
Yes, sir. You were remarking at the event just a few minutes ago, and you made a very strong statement as it relates to cautionizing unity partisans. You care to elaborate further as it relates to what transpired with the Liberty Party that they should not repeat that.
Well, for the couple of years, if I'm not understating the years as expired, we witnessed the Liberty Party convention here. At the time, Steve Zago was the Cuban chairman at the time, but one way or the other, from what we heard and what we witnessed, the election was commercialized, and they put somebody that has had exodus from the Liberty Party to the CDC in supporting CDC candidate. And after he came back, well, the person was elected to the chairmanship of the Liberty Party, and we've seen the result today. Today, you've seen the two factions of Liberty Party. One happened to be the a faction of Senator Yomli Kanga and another faction of Musa Belete. And it's something to learn from, it's better to learn from history, whether bad history or good history, learn from it and make a better decision when it comes to you making the decision. Always when you are somebody that has hunchback, when they're burying another person with hunchback, you make sure you go stand around and make sure how that person is being buried, so that exactly how you'll be buried. So it was good that we caution them so that they cannot commercialize their election.
Yeah, finally from my end, sir. Finally from my end, do you think the Unity Party is on the time bomb as it relates to repeating what happened in the Liberty Party if they do not take the right decision?
Well, sincerely, I must admit, Unity Party, if they made mistake and commercialize their electoral process during the campaign, there's a potential that they will lose values. They will lose values. That's all I can tell you now.
Many political pundits will wonder why are you here at the Unity Party
Well,
convention.
I'm a Liberian. I'm a citizen without borders. A good citizen always reach out to other people. And if at all you want to be a giant, you stay on the shoulder of other giants. So therefore, potentially our convention will be coming up in October. So we have to come around and learn from the fountain of knowledge of people how they do theirs and what error they will make, so we cannot make the same error. So it's always good to hear from the foolish public. So we are here to hear from the foolish
Fire
public.
friend Jeremiah you one person been talking in public very relative to maintaining the peace. Man concern has to do with the peace and stability of this convention. Upon arrival, what have you seen so far?
Well, one of the things that continues to perpetuate in our society, whether this government or then government, is that we don't see the changes in Liberian people's life. Poverty continues to strike people. The amount of money that you have in your bank account does not improve your economy, but the well-being of the Liberian people, it speaks volume. And we continue to see that Liberian people continue to live in abject poverty. If you do not work in government in Liberia, you cannot benefit from the government. It is time for us to institutionalized utilitarian form of government where the common people voices will be heard and they will feel the presence of the government and they will be able to benefit from the government. Or anything less than that, Liberia is yet to even celebrate what we're referring to in Liberia as independence.
This convention peaceful?
Well, so far so good. We have not seen anything that would be considered violent, or we are not seeing anything.
Agitation in the midst of
Well, it's obvious where you see multi people coming together. There will always be misunderstanding. But what matters is how do they handle that misunderstanding? Is the
okay.
main thing that matters.
So finally from my end, you supported the July 26 protest
Yeah.
that was announced.
Yeah.
And this protest on July 26 turned bloody. Where's your own stand on this entire fracas between the CDCCOP and that of the Student Unification Party that we should support it, where you have students, some of them they were brutalized and they sustained injury?
Well, we've always told the Liberian people that this government is not a government that listens. So if you make an attempt to advise them, they will come against you. What is the need of you people coming to voice their opinion about ill governance to their leader? Then you have other people that you have to get them clearance to counter protest. Those, I mean, the government is an insecurity of itself. The government is an insecurity of itself, because if you have your people and they feel disenchanted and they feel that something is going wrong in the country, and they came to express it, they say, oh, God on the street, this is why our country is not protected. There's no security in the country. But I can tell you this, I will continue to support such endeavor, that people whose voices are not heard.
Protest, right?
Internal protest. One is a protest that is intended to express the view of the people to the government. I will put my money behind.
If it is illegal.
Look, let me tell you, nobody determines I'm going to do bloody protest. The idea is that how you approach them. It's not, they didn't go to say we want to be blooded. Nobody decided that. That's not the way forward. But the idea is that if they feel that their voices should be heard in such manner, let me tell you something. Freedom itself you're talking about is not free.
Why you say so?
Freedom is not free. Think about it. Freedom is not free. If you want freedom, you have to fight for it. And fighting, it might cost you. It might cost your life. It might cost you property. It might cost you anything. So freedom itself is not free. If somebody, if this government was a listening government, higher been my government, I would dialogue with these people. You will not see them in the street, because we'll sit down. What gets you angry? Amicably resolve it. What can we do so that we cannot have chaos in the street? But this government is not a listening government. This government is a kleptomaniac government that believes in taking from the people and enriching themselves. That's all they believe in.
You know, so before your party conventions in October, what you advise to partisans?
Well, my advice to partisans is that usually when we have a convention, our conventions is always second to none. For example, the last convention we had, we expected 6,000 people, and we had 12,000 people at our convention, because our message to the Liberian people is clear. Because our people believe that we are speaking their voices, they are hearing their voices in our voices. So we are looking forward to a very beautiful convention that Liberian people have good time and will hear sound policy.
And the venue of this convention?
It will be announced subsequently.
Dr. Whapoe, what's your perspective about the governing performance of President George Weah since he ascended to office?
Well,
what could be some of the recommendations if you were to make some?
I have always told the Liberian people we do not have government. There's no government in Liberia. We have a private enterprise that is being headed by the CEO, George Weah. And that way, the private enterprise manages the employees in the manner in which that they are doing. People who work for the private enterprise, they benefit. If you do not work for the private enterprise, you don't benefit. You don't run government like that. Governance is not like that. The governance is intended for, even though if you do not work in the government, you should have the minimum benefit, which is security. We don't have it.
So you mean you will have too many corrupt officials in this government?
They are corrupt. The whole government is corrupt. And the so-called government is corrupt. They are not even government. They are private enterprise that is being headed by the CEO, George Weah. So in this manner, I think we should be able to go further to see how we can elect somebody who will have a counter-transference of the feelings of the Liberian people and govern us in a manner in which that we all deserve.
Thank you very much.
Of course I am.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So that Jeremiah Whapoe there speaking with the press. After he remarked at the after he remarked at the convention here of the United Party, we are still here. He just one of the key things he said: United partisans should be careful before they commercialize the party, like in the case of the Liberty Party. That's a very strong statement. I know it's going to be one of the major talking points of now. And so, thanks for joining us. We stay here at the convention. The convention just took a break. To be back right after the break, we're going to have what we all look up for is the issue of the election of new officials. And so that I'm sure that Whapoe is leaving now, as you see. And so there will be election for new officials. That is the most anticipated moment of this entire process. Once it starts, we will try to, as much as possible, bring you some of the happenings from here. Keep following Spoon TV. My name is Aaron Kuban. I'm here with James Gude Flomo. Thanks for continuing to follow us, continue to share our life, and we'll continue to be here with you.